I have a twin brother, Melvin, and he was seriously ill. He had surgery in January and had some complications with that, and just fought and fought. But about March, mid-March, I got a call that I needed to go out, so I went out to St. Louis, and he was just struggling. And a palliative care team came in and talked with him and the family. We were all around him, surrounding him. And basically what the doctor said is, Melvin, we can't fix what's wrong with you. You have a lot of things wrong with you, and we've tried, and you just fought bravely, but we can't fix you. What do you want to do? And well, his first response was pretty quick. He said, I'd like to go home. And he meant he wanted to go to his home out in the country there, about an hour from the hospital. And so the doctors came back and said, Melvin, we don't think that you would make that journey. And that's basically how they said it. And so he took a little more time to think, and he said, well, then I know I want to go home. And he pointed up. So he said, with that, he said, if the family is ready. So from that point, we knew that it was the end, and we were there to support him. We had clergy lifting us up. We had people around praying for us and supporting us. And shortly after that, a nurse came in. It was a Catholic hospital, and a nurse came in and presented us with a prayer shawl. And she explained that whoever had worked on that had just prayed over it and had prayed for this moment in time, for him as a patient and for us as a family. And it was so meaningful to us that someone had taken the time to, in that case it was a crocheted shawl, and placed it up around him. We were standing around him, and it just was so meaningful to us, and has been since his passing as well.
With her brother and his passing and the experience that she and her family had with the prayer shawls, she came back to volunteer, and she's like, you know, we are Planetree Hospital. This is so much part of the spirituality tenet that we have for Planetree. Can we do this? Absolutely, absolutely. Beginning of March, we had our official blessing at the front lobby. Invited the community, colleagues, anybody that was involved with the Prayer Shawl Committee just to kind of kick it off. We had, at that point in time, 83. Our goal was to have 70, and of course we had surpassed that. Reverend Joe Peters was there, and he is our chaplain here at the hospital. He blessed the prayer shawls, had committee members there. We're really fortunate. One of the committee members, who is actually a committee member and has struggled with illness and is kind of homebound a little bit, she was really instrumental in providing a lot of prayer shawls, and it was really great because she was one of the ones that in the community, she felt, you know, being homebound, she didn't really have much of a purpose, and this prayer shawl gave her a purpose in her life. So it was great because she was able to be there, and most of the committee was there as well. So we were all able to come together as a community, as colleagues here at the hospital, to kick it off, which was great. It was really wonderful. I've given a few out, and I have to say each experience is unique because each patient that we have here is unique. So, you know, I initially go into the room and just do a quick assessment as to the patient, the uniqueness of the patient, where that's at, and then my approach is to how I'm going to compassionately and caringly provide the prayer shawl to the patient or to the family members if there's family members present. So each experience different. You just kind of go with where the needs are at that time.
I think it's an excellent program, and it's not a structured program. You can work it into your time frame whenever you have the extra time, and if you can't even crochet, I mean, if you have the urge to buy some yarn and donate it, and knowing that that's going to be put to good use for a patient. And I think it's a really great program that everybody should be able to be involved. And some of the older ladies, mature ladies, they like to show you the new stitches. So they take time and work with you. If you don't know how to do it, they can help you out.
You know, we have the wellness program, it was announced that they were having a prayer shawl, and in the winter months I like to just vegetate, stay in the house, and I like to crochet and knit. So I did see the need for either becoming active with the prayer shawl or donating yarn. So I went down to the volunteers and and asked if I could do something. Seeing the people that are very ill and the families, their distress, and what a comfort it does mean when we do something like this, when we put that, it gets personal. It gets very personal then. Knowing what it takes to make one of these shawls, the time and the love, because it is truly a love to do this, and then giving it to somebody, it means a lot, and it means a lot to the families. Oh, I'm getting teary.
Sometimes I see the sign, the billboards that say compassion, caring, and I often wonder, do people realize that that's what we are? It's not just words on a billboard. We live that every day.
Whenever I'm making the shawl, I try to use it as a meditation point, and I try to say prayers over it and have some quiet time and ask for healings, and whatever it might be, whatever the will might be for that particular person.
If the patient passes, then they have something, that was close and personal to that patient in their stay here.
It's a wonderful feeling at this point in time to know that that seed was planted, and of course every time I think about it, I think about my brother, and he would be so proud that other people are receiving the benefit of the time and effort that the gals who make the shawls, they put into it, and that prayer that goes into it is just so supportive and so meaningful. And I kept in close contact with my sister-in-law, and she can't believe how many shawls have been made to this point. And I just talked recently to Michelle, and she said there are 12 that have been given out. So we know that the concept and the process is working. It's very, very rewarding.